Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We're back here on No Man's Land with Grober Games. And we're just kind of walking through our oat field right now to kind of taking a little, that's what we call crop scouting here. And it looks like our oats is looking pretty dang good. It looks very clean as well. So I think we got almost all the weeds out the month before with our roll cultivator. And as you can probably tell in the distance, both our other fields are growing pretty dang well. Our sorghum is coming in, and so is our beans, but we also got invaders in this field. They're not very big yet, but they are here. I think we got some over here in the bean field as well. Oh yeah, there's definitely some out there as well. There was no way the bean field was getting away unscathed from these pesky invaders. So the month before, I kind of went out here and started cutting until it got dark enough. So we still got a little bit to cut yet today. But the first thing we're going to do today, we're going to hop in the truck. And I decided that we're going to pick up that bale wrapper. I think we should have enough lumber here to harvest yet for us to be able to invest in our combine. And I did a rough estimate. It's going to cost about, between the header and a wagon, like an actual pull behind wagon. I kind of want to stay away from turning this into a tipper. And it's going to cost us about 60 grand. And we're going to end up spending a good chunk of our money today, actually. There's something that I caught There's something that I saw on the for sale market that caught my eye. And we're going to actually be upgrading one of our pieces of equipment here today, because in my eyes, it's too good of a deal to let go, especially since it seems very rare that we're going to ever get something that we're going to find that's a good deal for our little farm here. But it's going to involve us getting rid of our little rake here. And I think in the long run of things, it's going to be a lot nicer for us to get rid of this little rake here. It was fun using the vintage rakes and such, but I cannot for the life of me figure out the correct way to function it when doing outside rows or anything like that. And I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, or if there's actually no real secret to it to make the outside rows perfect, so to speak. But we're gonna haul this in. We're gonna pick up our bale wrapper, and then I'll show you the rake I saw that we'll be picking up today. I'm almost half tempted to, over there to top off the fuel barrel too. That Oliver is really starting to cost us in fuel quite a bit, but you know, for a cheap tractor, older tractor, I guess it's got to come with some kind of sort of negative side to it. And the only negative side to it is she's got a little bit of a drinking problem. So I wonder if I can make the swing in here just right to get everything, get the whole rakes and everything. There we go. So let's pull this out here for now. Get our ramps dropped off. And we're going to get these rakes sold. I know we're not going to get much back for them. A little over $1,000 maybe. So $1,600. That ain't bad. So let's head up to her. So the first thing we'll get today is we're going to buy a stationary bale wrapper. I finally decided even though we'd be saving 12 grand, I think it's going to be best for us to invest into this one here, just because I'm playing with that 560M round baler mod, and if I ever decide to get it, we won't ever have to change our, what's the word I'm looking for? Our wrapper, just because we decide to get that special mod. Actually, I got something. I think I can maybe make it work. Oop. Let's go back. No, it's not gonna work like I hope. We'll just get rid of the. Let's do that. And we'll leave the foil as white so that way I can see the bales a little bit better. But we're gonna pick that up today. And for the sale market, there's a good size wheel rake for sale. And it could be an H&S or a Frontier one. And I think we're gonna. I'm kind of leaning towards staying with the H&S one. Just because I don't think Frontier was very widely known back in the day. And we'll stick with the old school H&S to kind of stick with the older style. But part of me kind of wants to change the wheels to the black color because they look a little nicer. But then again, the green would go a lot nicer with our farm. The green and white. Well, we're going to stick with the red and normal H&S stuff, so we're going to pick that up as well. And we're down to $15,000. Well, almost 16, but we need to start making money off our grass bales that are just sitting there, basically. So this is probably going to be the best route for us. So I think the first task for the day is we're going to finish mowing all our grass. Weeding can wait till towards the end of the day. Let's see if we can get this up to the ramp with no issues. Oh. Might have to do 2 trips. Uh-oh. I've gotten it stuck. Well, with a little help of shop here, I'm sure they got a nice tractor that we can just hook it up to and just back it up on the trailer like we need it. So that is how we're gonna fix this situation. And when we get it home today, we'll just pull it off with the Oliver. She'll be able to handle it. She can handle anything we throw at her. Good old reliable Oliver. But we'll get that fired up here. We got it tied down, so. And then we'll back right up to our wheel rake. Hopefully it hooks up to the trailer. There we go. You know, I just thought of a clever name for this episode. And I feel like it might get a few eye rolls of people who get the reference, but I'm not going to spoil it right now. I'm just going to hopefully have to remember it when I take the screenshot and such, and we'll be sitting pretty well. But anyways, so back to the whole investment thing. The other thing I would like to invest to, because I think we're going to get to be dangerously close to running out of income on our little patch of land, is I'd like to buy the next patch over just so we can get the rest of the trees over here. And I would also like to invest into a tree planter and replant all the trees that were taken out. That way we can start replanting those trees, and that way we can keep our income flowing. And the other big investment that I'm determined now before our house is to get a machine shed up. That way we can start storing everything inside. That way our yard doesn't look like a mess here with everything that's all sprawled out. It's been bugging me for quite a while now. And I'm sure we can find a cheap enough shed to put most of our stuff away. Not all of it's gonna obviously fit, but Oh Lord, we're gonna try and make it fit. I can tell you that much. Just like that, we got our bale wrapper here. But like I said, I think the first thing we're gonna do today, unhook that there, is that we're gonna work on cutting all that grass up there. I think we're gonna cut a little bit more down here now since we got the new rake, since life's gonna be a little bit easier raking with that versus those two roller bar rakes. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were perfect for starting out, but 10 grand for, I think that rake is like normally 30. I have to look here now because it's gonna bug me if I don't look. Normally 26 grand. It's a hard deal to pass up, and like I said, I don't feel like we're gonna have very many other opportunities in this playthrough to pick up something that we're exactly what we're looking for and get a deal on it like we are now. So, but I think we're gonna go along here, mow all this extra grass now since we got that wheel rake. The only like I said, the main reason I didn't right away was because I didn't know how I was gonna make it work with the roller bar rake, and it's gonna bug me so much with the fact that leaving all that extra grass behind like we did when we did the first mowing around here. That I didn't really want to mow this much, but now that we have something a little more manageable to rake with, I think it's gonna be a lot more beneficial. The best part is it's not going to take us near as long to rake because that rake's a little bit bigger than the two roller bar ones. But I think we're gonna cut away to the time lapse here. Like I said, the main goal today is we're gonna get our bales wrapped, and if worst case scenario, if we don't get our weeding done, it'll be there for next month. But I suppose next month we'll have to start. Next month, well, I guess I didn't realize. I think it's June already. The oats will be ready to come out next month too, won't it? So we'll have to get our budding gear and getting the harvester bought too. I didn't even think about that. So we'll have to get some. We'll have to quit away from farming a little bit here and start getting our lumber harvest again. I'm trying to think. Actually, I don't think the oats will be ready till August. So yeah, next month we'll definitely have to strap down and take out a bunch more lumber. But if we at least get the harvester bought, we can always buy the gravity wagon later. So I think that'll be the main goal for next month, is to get our harvester bought, and I would really like to get a shed bought so we have some place to store the harvester and store the Oliver. We'll have to keep the power washer and stuff, like odd things that not really a need, but I want to make our equipment look a little bit cleaner and nicer again in our back pocket. But those aren't usually too much. But we'll jump into the time lapse here. I think I've rambled on enough for the first bit here, so we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, I think we're gonna call it a wrap here today. Since we still got quite a few bales to do yet to get all wrapped up and have them all start fermenting. Well, it looks like the fermenting process is starting to come along pretty well. I wonder how many bales we actually got in total right now. Where's our statistics at? So we created 23 bales today, and the first time we created 20, so we got 43 bales that we're gonna have to wrap. I'm kind of hoping this spot where I have it placed at doesn't bite me. Originally, I thought about putting it up closer by the woods, but then I realized we're gonna be dropping trees down, and I don't really want to be dropping trees down on our wrapped bales here and ruining them. But 43 bales, so we're gonna make quite a bit of money off this ordeal. Granted, we spent a lot, and you know, the one thing I'm grateful for is that rake came up for sale, because that rake made life a whole heck of a lot easier for us. And granted, we still got little bits of grass everywhere, but not near as bad as we first did. And one thing is kind of interesting is if you compare it to the first time we baled, we only cut the grass about a stage earlier than it should have been, and we almost got the same number of bales with half as amount as ground we cut for grass. But I think what I'm going to do here is in the meantime, off-screen time, I'm going to finish getting all our bales put in here, and if it's not, machine keeps making sounds and it keeps throwing me off. In the meantime, if it's not too super late, we might start the next episode in the same month here and go into getting these fields weeded. And then once we get those weeded, we'll probably go into the next month. And I think what's going to end up happening is that we'll probably be spending our next month more or less probably logging, because I don't think our oats is going to be ready till... Yeah, because we didn't plant our oats till April, so our oats is not going to be ready till almost August. So that gives us 1 month to scrape enough money together, and hopefully we'll have a shed put up, and we'll be able to buy our harvester the month we need it. So, like I said, we'll call it here for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. I'm really just starting to enjoy this series. It seems like we've got quite a bit of work put into this already, when you think about it. But you know, we are starting to survive on our own out here. I wish I kind of invested into an earlier greenhouse, but maybe we'll be able to still do that yet here, or maybe a cattle pasture. But we'll see how much money we get off the logging here. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, and most of all, thanks for watching.